At least the Cowboys got a win. Elsewhere, Mia O'Brien, we got a tie.
Yep, up by you in good old New Jersey. The Giants and Commanders tied at 20 yesterday in a critical NFC East game at MetLife Stadium. Major playoff implications as both jockeying for position in the wild card race and, of course, trying to keep up with the Eagles and the Cowboys in the NFC East. But it ends in a tie as Graham Gano's would-be 58-yard go-ahead field goal falls short. John, why in the world are we still having ties in the NFL? Why
I
haven't we changed the overtime rule?
I don't know.
Is it because the World Cup's going on?
no,
Even they don't have ties
we talked about
when
it
it comes to the knockout
Thursday.
rounds, I should say.
We talked about it Thursday when it came to the NHL and adapting the shootout years ago. I don't know the shootout was the best solution, but it did get us away from having to see ties, which ties, in my opinion, for the viewing experience are not great. And the NFL, it seemed like for so many years we went without ties. There were so few ties. And then if you remember, it was the Donovan McNabb game when he had the tie and he forgot that ties even happen in the NFL. And after that, ever since that Donovan McNabb game, all of a sudden it seems like every year we get one or two ties, maybe even more. It's so bizarre how that works out. And then they tried to change the overtime rules where, okay, if a team scores a field goal, well, then the other team has a chance to answer with a touchdown. It's there for the taking. What do NFL fans love? They love great offense, right? They love seeing scoring. So open up your opportunity to see scoring. In college football, we take it to the 25-yard line. Let's take it back to the 35, 40-yard line in the pros, okay? Start in enemy field territory and have to work up a drive. You still have to work up.
Each team gets a possession.
Each team gets a possession.
Because that's a whole nother can of worms, too.
Yeah. And 40 yards away is far enough where it makes it competitive. And you go back and forth, and you can then make teams go for two if they have to, whatever it is. This is such a no-brainer to me, Mia. What say you?
Do you like how they make them go for two in college when you hit a certain number of overtimes?
Maybe they hit it too quickly, but I don't have an issue with it in general.
Yeah, because, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you got to end the game.
Right.
You can't let it go on forever.
Even though now kickers miss PATs all the time in the NFL.
College kick. Well, I was going to say college kickers.
No, I'm saying in the NFL.
In the NFL, they do too.
Every single week you have guys missing PATs ever since they moved back.
Right. So there's always a chance.
There is always a chance. But how has this not been something that has changed yet?
Because they were too focused on the possession rule after the Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes playoff game a year ago, in which Josh Allen never saw the football, which is hilarious only because karma came around because Patrick Mahomes didn't see the football when he went to overtime against Tom Brady his first year as a starter, and the Patriots went to the Super Bowl instead of the Chiefs. It's
crazy because his dad played shortstop for the New York Mets. I don't know if you knew.
Did you also know that Tony Gonzalez was a basketball player?
I did hear that.
Yeah, he also played for the Chiefs. So staying with the Chiefs, that is why they were focused on the possession part of it. I think this is the next piece. But here's the thing. Like, then you go, I agree with your point of putting it at the 40 or the 50 or further than the 25-yard line of what they do in college. And I see some of our commenters are saying the same thing. Because did you watch the TCU college game, Big 12 championship at all with TCU and K-State this past weekend? Like, the drama of a penalty kick shootout in soccer and the drama of a college overtime are very similar in my estimation. But at the same time, it's really, when you think about these Big 12 offenses that were on the field on Saturday, like both were pretty much scoring at will. There was a little more defense than usual in the Big 12. But like, it still wasn't that much ground that they had to make up. I mean, it sucks that TCU came up literally this short, and also they shouldn't have run it twice on third and fourth down, but that's besides the point.
I just feel that this is an antiquated system that the NFL is using, and you have examples where it generates excitement in college football. Move it back, give each team a possession, everyone's got a shot, and you have to actually work up a drive. And if you work up a drive, then you deserve to win. If you can't work up a drive, you deserve to lose. Make it a continuation of the previous four quarters. It doesn't have to be super, super stripped down like colleges, you're professional football players. Ultimately, though, I don't see this changing anytime soon.
If you want to see all our videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, click the subscribe button below. Otherwise, we'll start posting spoilers about your favorite new movies.